So today I was literally teaching my daughter quantum sovereignty before she even hits kindergarten.
Let's light the way, dream it big, don't hold back, let your colors shine. Every step you take, you're rewriting your own line. Turn the page, make a change, let your heart believe. The life you want is closer than you think. Just breathe on the bright path.
Welcome back to the Bright Path Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly, your manifesting bestie. Today my heart is literally melting, but also on fire. I was just tucking in my 5-year-old daughter, and apparently she's already a mini philosopher in training. She told me that when she's falling asleep, she loves to lay there and think. So I asked her what she thinks about. I'm a nosy parent, okay? She said, sometimes good things, but sometimes she gets bad thoughts. And we've all been there, right? You're laying there trying to be a peaceful Zen queen, and suddenly your brain is like, remember that embarrassing thing you said in 2014? Let's analyze it for 3 hours. But here is what I told her, and what I'm telling you today. You are the director of your own mind. We are talking about the ultimate mental diet. I told her, when a bad thought pops up, you don't argue with it. You don't cry. You don't let it take the mic. You imagine throwing a huge, big old bucket of glittery pink paint all over the bad thoughts. And you say, nope, nope, nopity, nope, nope, nope. And then you even throw rainbow paint over top of that. She got right into it and listed other colors she could use. Silver, sparkly rainbow. This isn't just cute kid talk, people. This is a pattern interrupter. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, your brain is a record of the past. If you don't intentionally interrupt those bad thought loops, you are literally rewiring your brain to stay stuck in a stress response. By throwing that imaginary paint, you're breaking the synaptic fire. You're telling your neurons, we don't live here anymore. This is the foundation of a mental diet. This concept was made famous by Emmett Fox in his book, The 7-Day Mental Diet. He argued that your thoughts are the food for your reality. If you wouldn't eat literal garbage for supper, why are you letting your brain snack on, I'm not good enough, or everything is going wrong all night? When you tell a 5-year-old, or yourself, to use rainbow paint, you're practicing cognitive reframing. You're taking a grayscale negative thought and splashing it with the vibration of joy. You are moving from the frequency of fear to the frequency of creation. And guess what? The universe doesn't know the difference between a real rainbow and the one you just painted in your head. It just feels the shift in your energy. So, are you ready to get messy? Grab your buckets, besties, because we are painting over the BS today. Now, let's get into the big guns of philosophy. Why does this paint throwing trick actually work on a deep soul level? Because it aligns perfectly with Stoicism and one of my favorite books ever, The Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle, the legend himself, says in his book that you are not your mind. He says, the beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the possessing entity, the thinker. When you tell your daughter to throw paint at a thought, you're teaching her to be the observer. You're teaching her that the thought is over there, and she is the one with the paintbrush over here. That's disidentification. That is the God state. You aren't bad because you had a bad thought. You're just the observer watching a thought float by. So, now let's bring in the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius, the literal emperor of Rome, wrote in his Meditations, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." He knew. He frickin' knew. My man Marcus literally used my exact color metaphor thousands of years ago. He taught that we can't always control what happens outside of us, but we have 100% control over the internal coloring of the event. Throwing sparkly purple paint is a Stoic practice. It's saying, "This thought tried to be gray and heavy, but I have decided it is now bright and light." That is mental sovereignty. There's a 2011 study from the Psychological Science Journal that proves mindfulness-based cognitive therapy can actually shrink the amygdala, that's the fear center of your brain, and thicken the prefrontal cortex, which is your logic and executive function center. So when you teach a child, or your own inner child, to be mindful of their thoughts and paint over the bad ones, you're physically remodeling their brain, for the better, of course. You're literally moving them out of hostage mode, where the thoughts run the show, and into creator mode, where you run the show. Most adults are walking around as victims of their own subconscious, letting every random thought ruin their day. But you? Not you. You're teaching the next generation to look a bad thought in the eye and say, "Nice try, but you look better in neon green." This is how we stop the cycle of anxiety. This is how we build a generation of humans who aren't afraid of their own minds. We aren't suppressing thoughts. We are transmuting them. We are taking the lead of our lives and turning it into gold. Or, in this case, sparkly pink. So, why does this matter for your life, your career, and your future? Well, attention is the director of evolution. If you teach a child, or yourself, to nopity-nope the bad thoughts, you are activating the RAS to look for the good paint in the real world. If your internal world is full of rainbows and silver paint, your brain is going to scan your environment for rainbow and silver opportunities. It's biology, bestie. When we tell our kids, and ourselves, no bad thoughts, we aren't being delusional. We are being selective. We are practicing neuroplasticity. Research from Stanford University shows that positive reappraisal, which is exactly what the paint trick is one of the most effective ways to regulate emotions and increase long-term resilience. Imagine if you had learned this at 5. Imagine if every time you felt less than, you just imagined a bucket of silver paint hit that thought and you went, "Nope, I am a frickin' jackpot." Where would you be right now? Well, guess what? It's not too late. Your brain doesn't have an expiration date on its ability to change, and I'm here to make darn sure that nobody in my audience feels in lack. So, here is your homework, Bright Path fam. Tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, I want you to be the art director. When the what-ifs and the I should-haves start creeping in, don't fight them. Just throw the paint. Throw the pink. Throw the purple. Throw the mother-freaking rainbow. Say it with me. Nope, nope, nopity, nope, nope, nope. By doing this, you are teaching your nervous system that it is safe. You're moving out of the survival timeline and into the thrival timeline. You are reclaiming the power of the now. Teach your kids this. Teach your friends this. But most importantly, teach yourself this. Because a mind that is full of sparkly color energy is a mind that can't be defeated by a gray world. You are the source. You are the artist. You are the queen or king of the paint. Go make your reality as colorful as your imagination. I am so proud of you for being the mindset hype person for the next generation. All right, bestie, go grab your big ol' paint bucket. I'll see you on the bright path.
So hit play, come along, let's make it real. The Bright Path Podcast, where you dream and feel. Shine on, let's go beyond. Your best life's waiting, so come along.
Bye!